Hello students, once again I welcome you all in this new video related with the second chapter tissues, where we are discussing plant tissues, and today our topic will be based on the complex permanent tissues in plants. But before we start today's topic, let me discuss two very important things. The first one is what? Your syllabus, and the second one is what? Your attendance. So, as many of you are aware that CBSE has reduced its syllabus for the session 2020 and 21. So, maybe many of you have seen it on the CBSE site. So, let me tell you now, chapter number 1, fundamental unit of life cell, and this chapter 2, tissues, along with one more chapter, that is health and diseases, why do we fall ill, and the natural resources. Now only these 4 chapters are the annual syllabus, and out of these 4, the natural resources is not going to come in your annual exam, but you have to prepare this chapter because of the internal assessment. So 2 chapters are reduced now. The first one is improvement in food resources, and the second one is diversity in living organisms, which was earlier the part of your syllabus, but now after the reduction in your syllabus, these 2 chapters are not going to come in your annual examination. So once again, in your periodic test, only first chapter, the fundamental unit of life cell, is going to come, and in your half yearly, the first chapter along with this tissues chapter, these 2 chapters are going to come in your half yearly examination. Now come to the next second point, that is what? About your attendance. As you all are aware that it was asked to you that you have to give your presence after watching the video in the comment section. So you have to give your name and class there, but still it is observed that many of you are not doing this activity. So let me tell you, it's very important. If you are watching the video, write your name and class there in comment section so that your presence can be marked. Now come to the topic. Since we were discussing plant tissues, so before discussion of today's topic, complex permanent tissue, let's have a small recap from all the points that we have discussed in the previous video. Plant tissues can be classified in 2 categories, meristematic and permanent. Meristematic tissues are the tissues which are responsible for growth, and on the basis of their presence, these meristematic tissues are classified in 3 groups. Apical meristematic tissues, which are present at the top of shoot and root, and they are responsible for the primary growth of the plant, means the growth in the lengthwise. Then intercalary tissues, meristematic tissues, intercalary, are present at the base of nodes and internodes, and they are present mainly in monocot plants, and they are responsible for the elongation of internodes and nodes. And finally, the last one, meristematic tissues, that is what? Lateral meristematic tissue, which is present in the dicot plants, and this is responsible for the growth in girth, means they are going to increase the width of the plant, and these are responsible for the secondary growth in plants. Now permanent tissues are what? They are the specialized tissues, means when the meristematic tissues are going to differentiate, they are going to form permanent tissues, and these tissues are also classified in 2 categories, simple and complex, on the basis of the types of their arrangement of cells. So in simple permanent tissues, you have read about 3 types, 3 categories: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, where parenchyma is the simplest one, which is having thin cell wall, and it performs normally the function of storage and filling wherever there is a space or gap in the plants. You know, this parenchyma cell, if they are having chlorophyll in them, they are known as chlorenchyma, and if these parenchymatous cells are present in aquatic plants and they are having air-filled spaces amongst them, so they are known as what? Parenchyma. Then collenchyma, when we talk about the collenchymatous cells or tissues, they are what? They are having thick cell walls but not on the whole side. They are having thick cell walls but at the corners at few specific region irregularly, and that's why they are responsible for flexibility. And finally, the sclerenchymatous cells means the simple permanent tissue, which were the dead cells, and since they were dead cells, the living protoplasm was not there, and that place was made up as a lumen or cavity, and that is having what? Thick cell wall throughout the body, and this is what? Because of the deposit of lignin, a hard substance there. So that was all simple permanent tissues, and today we are going to discuss the complex permanent tissue. So what do we mean by complex? Perhaps in the English subject also you are having a knowledge that sentences may be simple or complex, and when we talk about the complex, it means it is a combination of more than one type of cell when we are talking about the complex permanent tissues. So complex permanent tissues are made up from more than one type of cells, and these complex permanent tissues are also known as vascular tissues. Why they are known as vascular tissues? Because they perform the function of transportation. So in plants, the function of transportation is carried by the complex permanent tissues, and complex permanent tissues are of two types. Vascular tissues or complex permanent tissues are of two types. The first one is known as xylem, and the other one is known as phloem. So we will see what are xylem tissues and what are phloem tissues and what are their structures and function. So first, as we know that these are the combination of more than one type of cell, it means when we discuss about the components of xylem tissue, so four type of cells will be present there. The first one is known as what? Tracheids. Next one is known as vessels. Another one is, third one is parenchyma. And the last one is what? Xylem fiber. So xylem consists of four components: tracheids, vessel, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. Actually, these parenchyma are what? The simple tissues, parenchymatous, and these fibers are what? Sclerenchymatous, dead cells. So when we consider about xylem, tracheids, vessels, parenchyma and fibers, only one cell is living, that is what? Xylem parenchyma. Other three cells are dead cells. So this is what? Tracheids, vessels, parenchyma, fibers. But this is, when we talk about the plants, you have seen plants may be flowering or non-flowering plants. So this is components of xylem, where in flowering plants that is known as angiosperm. But when we talk about the non-flowering plant, so vessels will be lacking there, only three components: tracheids, parenchyma, and fibers will be present in the xylem, and this arrangement will be where in gymnosperm, the plants which are not having flower. When we talk about phloem as well as, since the xylem consists of 4 types of cell, so phloem also consists of 4 different type of cell. When we talk about phloem, they are having what? Sheath tube. Second one is companion cell, and like xylem, again here will be parenchyma, and again fiber. So parenchyma and fiber both are same in xylem and phloem. Here also parenchyma and fiber. So the speciality of xylem is what? Tracheids and vessel, means they are what? Specific. And when we compare about phloem, this sheath tube and companion cell are what? Specific to phloem, because rest 2 cells, parenchyma and fiber, are common in both of them. So these xylem and phloem are known as complex or vascular tissues. Complex, you are having a knowledge, since they are made up of 4 different types of cells, so they are known as complex tissue. Why they are called as vascular tissue, we will see here. But I was telling you that these 4 components will be present where? Only in the flowering plants. In both of these, phloem also, in the flowering plants, phloem consists of 4 types of cells. But when we talk about non-flowering plants, here in gymnosperm, phloem also consists of only 3 cells, that is what? Sheath tube, parenchyma, and fibers. So this is the arrangement where in gymnosperm, the plants which are non-flowering, because you know they do not need more amount of water for their survival, and thus they can arrange the requirement of water and food with the help of tracheids and sheath tubes. But when we consider about the angiosperms, the flowering plants, since there is a requirement of more water and the conduction of food is also very required there, so they are having what? 4 components: tracheids, vessels, parenchyma, and fiber related to the xylem, and sheath tube, companion cell, parenchyma, and fiber related with the phloem. So what is the function of xylem in plant? Actually, xylem performs the function of transport. This xylem transport water in plants. So you know, water absorption occurs in the plant with the help of roots. So this conduction, water conduction or the transport, will be what? Unidirectional. Unidirectional means from root to shoot, means from downside towards the upside, the water will flow with the help of xylem tissues, and that's why it is also known as vascular tissue. When we consider about phloem, phloem helps in the transport of not only water as well as mineral, because minerals are what? Dissolved in the water. So whenever water is going to pulled up, minerals will also absorb in the plant's body. Now when we consider about the transport by phloem, phloem transport what? Food along with chemical messenger in the body, that is known as hormone. You will study about the hormones in the next class, in class 10. And this transport of food, because you know the food is prepared in the leaves, and it is transported in both the direction towards the root and towards the shoot also. So this transport of food will be what? Bidirectional. Bidirectional, and bidirectional means what? From leaves to root and from leaves to shoot. So what we have discussed till now, complex permanent tissues are made up of more than one type of cell, and these complex permanent tissues are also known as vascular tissues. Why? Because they perform the function of transportation of substances in plant's body from one place to another place. These complex tissues or vascular tissues are of two types. The first one is what? Xylem, and the second one is what? Phloem. Xylem consists of four types of cells: tracheids, vessels, parenchyma and fiber. But this arrangement of xylem is specific to only angiosperm plant, means the flowering plant. When we consider about the non-flowering plants, the vessels will be lacking here. And when we talk about the living and dead cells, you can see here only parenchyma is the living cell, rest all three are dead cells. When we consider about the phloem also consists of four different types of cell: sieve tube, companion cell, parenchyma and phloem fiber. Again, when we consider here, the phloem fibers are what? Only dead cells present in the phloem tissue. Rest three are what? Living cells. So here only parenchyma is living, rest are dead. But here when we consider, only fibers are what? Dead cell, rest are living. Then we consider about their function. Xylem transport water and minerals, and this transport will be only in single direction from root to shoot, means the aerial parts of the plant. And when we consider about the phloem helps in the transport of food and hormones, and this type of transport will be what? Bidirectional. Bidirectional means upside and downside, both side food and hormone can move from leaves to root and from leaves to shoot. Now we will see what are the structures of tracheids and vessels and what are the structures of sieve tubes and companion cell in xylem and phloem. So you know my drawing ability, how good I am while making the diagrams and figures, but still I tried a lot to make you understand what are these. So when we consider about xylem, you know, tracheids and vessels, these two specific cells are here. So you can see here elongated and both the ends are very tapered end walls. So these are what? Tracheids. And the broad vessels, broad tubules are known as what? Vessels. So here you can see, when we talk about tracheids, you can see here some dots, means these are what? Pores present in the tracheids. So due to help of these pores, water, suppose if the water is coming through this way, so it will enter from this pore into this tracheid, and from this tracheid it will be transferred to the adjacent tracheids. Now these two tracheids will carry the water and they will transfer to the upper one, and this channel will run properly, and thus the water will be conducted upper side with the help of tracheids. So these are what? Pores which are allowing the water to move outside wherever there is a need. When we talk about vessels, vessels are also having what? These pores, and these are what? Vessels, but here you can see their width is more in comparison to tracheids, and here you can see tracheids are having tapered end walls, means closed end walls, but vessels end walls are what? Open, so that water can move effortlessly, and that's why this is the reason why angiosperm contain vessels in addition with the tracheids because there is a need of more water. So with the help of vessels, water can be absorbed more. When we consider about the phloem tissue, this mean the middle is what sieve tube through which the conduction of food will occur. This is what companion cell. Companion means what? Additional. Company means addition, helping cell. These are what? Parenchyma. And what is the speciality of these sieve tubes? Perhaps you have seen these buttons in the shirt and you can see they are having pores in the same way. Some plates are arranged at the end of these sieve tubes. So these are known as what? Sieve plates. These are what? Button-like structures and having pores in them, which is known as sieve pore. So this is all about the phloem tissue. This is the main tissue, that is what? Main cell, sieve tube, then companion cell and parenchyma cell. All these three are what? Living cell. Only the phloem fiber is what? Dead cell. When we consider about the xylem, vessels and tracheids are the main cells, where vessels are broader in comparison to the tracheids. Tracheids are what? Narrow and having tapered end, but when we consider about vessels, their end walls are open, directly they are attached, and hence water can be carried effortlessly in the angiosperm flowering plants. So that was all about the complex permanent tissue. I hope that will be beneficial for you. If you will face any problem and doubt in any of the topic, you can also ask and clarify your doubt in the comment section. So at the end of today's video, I'll upload some questions related to this topic as an assignment and you have to solve the questions. So that was all from the complex permanent tissue. Now meristematic, simple and complex permanent tissues are over. In the next video, we will discuss new topic. So till then, take care of yourself, be safe and keep studying.